Welcome to CBY 610 Foundations of Data Security. The purpose of this video is really to give you a little bit of an orientation to the course, discuss some of the course expectations and outcomes, how grades will be assigned, give you a basic layout of how the course is going to flow. So if you go to obviously your home page, or what I will call home page, and this will list all the recent activity. Next tab below here is the syllabus, and when you go to the syllabus page, you'll see that all of the modules are laid out in kind of a table format, and it gives you a good rundown of what the course expectations, or what you can expect to see in each module. You can see they're pretty much the same, where each module consists of a discussion forum, or sometimes two, maybe a written assignment, and in this particular case there's also a team assignment as well, a team case analysis. What you can see here is that the times are all the same. Everything will be due by 11:59 p.m. on the due date, which you can see over here on the left. In this case, Module 1's due date is Monday, November 4th by 11:59 p.m. Over here is basically how the assignments are broken down and weighted. So looking at how the assignments are weighted for this particular course, there's a team assignment that's weighted at 10%. Discussions are worth a cumulative of 35%. Written assignments are 40%, and the memo assignment is worth 15%, for a total of 100%. If we get into the individual modules, you'll notice that what we have is the modules are all basically set up the same way for each particular week. If we start with week 1, there will be a course introduction video, which I'll create and post for you to look at. Kind of sets the module up for you, tells you what basically is going to be assigned, conveys some information that I think is going to be important, or that I believe you're going to need to know. Title of the module will be there, and that will highlight what the readings are. Basically, I just pulled it right out of the syllabus, and then the assignments will follow. And as you can see, in week 1 there are 2 discussion modules, and they basically are designed to foster some conversation about some particular topics that I think are important. So let's move back up to the course introductions, and I'm just going to click on a couple of things that I want you to make sure that you're familiar with. The first one's being basically the course description. Again, right out of the syllabus. It's a provided understanding of information technology infrastructure and services, really focusing on the tenets of cybersecurity, confidentiality, integrity, availability, and governance, but also looking at things like data availability, network and routing, other types of access and authentication types of issues. Lists the basic student learning outcomes. Right, we want to make sure at the end of this module that you're able to evaluate cyber threats to information systems, assess potential weaknesses of an organization size, and assess strategies for protection of information systems. Basic required textbooks, which you should have not by now. And I put a note in here that I recognize that the textbooks are incredibly expensive for the first course. But that being said, three of these books we're going to use for multiple courses, so there's going to be some residual gain back for you as we move through the program. From time to time, I'm going to assign additional readings, and they'll be usually inserted as PDFs into the actual module where I want you to read it. And I'm going to try to use those more frequently as we move through the program, to try to keep the cost of the textbooks down. Again, course schedule is basically, I'm going to try to make sure that every module is open Monday nights at midnight, 12 a.m. and will run until the following Sunday, 11:59 p.m. That'll give you some time to work on those, and hopefully it's set up so that it's convenient to folks that are working different hours. Same basic breakdown of the course outcomes. Each module has a discussion forum where you're presented a scenario or a set of facts. It's expected that you'll post a minimum of 2 original postings no later than 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, and your initial posting must be made by midnight After that, no original postings will be accepted. So I want you to post, and not only that, you're not going to be able to see anybody else's postings until you post your original one. So the earlier you get it in, the better off you're going to be, and it's going to make the discussion a little bit more fruitful and a little bit more in depth, and that's really what we're trying to foster here. Um, it always bears mentioning that when we do discussion modules, it's in essence a peer review and peer evaluation, and we want to make sure that we treat each other with respect and courtesy, and make sure that we're commenting on the content of the posting and not take any personal attacks. And I don't expect that there will be any, and I'm sure there won't be. But we want to make sure that we remain as professional as we can in the discussion modules and throughout the course. Some basic rules of success in the discussion forum. We want to make sure that everything's accurate based on fact. If you're going to quote a fact or the reference someone else's work, then you need to make sure you include the appropriate APA references, even in your discussion module. We want to stay away from digressing into opinion and non-fact-based comments. It's really to expand our learning, and we want to stay on topic. We want to discuss in the forums the items related to the content that we've talked about or that we're talking about. Other than that, really it's an exchange of information, an exchange of ideas, and it should be just a really great experience for everyone. Looking at some written assignments, there's a few in this course where we have to, where you have to write a couple of short papers, all listed in the syllabus, so you should have no problem getting those, the information that you're going to need to complete that in a timely manner. Remember, you need to really look at your writing and make sure that, the simple errors, spelling and grammar and format and function are taken care of, and that way we can really focus on the content. Draft. It's very important that you write clearly and concisely. So multiple drafts, and if you're having some issues, post to me or send me an email, ask me to take a look at it, and then we can go from there. And I put in some basic guidelines that I think that some folks struggle with, so you may want to just look at these, print them out, and keep them around, or save them and reference back to them from time to time. So at the end of the first introduction module, the very last thing that you're going to need is to click on and get into the tab where you meet your classmates, and you're going to log into this forum, introduce yourself to your classmates, tell them a little bit of something about yourself, why you're in the program, your course expectations, share some information, and then we'll be moving right into the first module, and I wish you the best of luck. Again, if anybody has any questions, certainly post to me, any questions that you might have. Send me an email, call me, and I'll do my best to get right back to you with that. Thank you very much, and good luck.